सर्वधर्मस्थापकत्वं सर्वधर्मस्वरूपकः Acharyanam Mahacharyo Ramakrishnaaya te namaha. O establisher of all the faiths, embodiment of all the religions, the greatest teacher among all the teachers, O Sri Ramakrishna, my salutations to you. Namaste, Pranam. And how beautifully Sri Ramakrishna explained to us the path of Neti that the Vedantists they undertake to reach their ultimate goal of Brahman. They keep on negating. Nothing is real. This is not real. This is not real. This is not real. And then by negating all those things, they ultimately reach to the real thing, the Brahman, which is the ultimate reality. And for that, Sri Ramakrishna had given that beautiful example of a son-in-law coming to his father-in-law's place and sitting there in the drawing room with his friends, people of his same age, and they're all chit-chatting over there. From inside the room, the bride, that son-in-law's wife and her friends, they are watching these young people sitting there in the drawing room. The bride's friends, they have not seen this, they don't know who her husband is. So they keep on pointing to the young people sitting over there. Is this your husband? And the wife said, no, this is not my husband. That next person, is that person your husband? She says, no, this is not my husband. And likewise, it goes on and on and on. This is not my husband. This is not my husband. This is not my husband too. And then finally, when they point the finger at her husband, then this girl doesn't say a single word. She just smiles. She just smiles, and her friends understand this person is her husband. There is no need to describe. There is no need to point out that, yes, he is my husband. Just a sweet smile, a shy smile, and everybody comes to know, okay, this is her husband. So that is how Sri Ramakrishna explained that the moment one realizes Brahman, one sees Brahman, one sees ultimate reality, one realizes the ultimate reality, the person becomes absolutely silent. One becomes silent on realizing the true nature of Brahman. In most simple terms, with a beautiful example, Sri Ramakrishna has explained to us this intricate truth on the part of the Vedantic sadhana. Now, having said that, Sri Ramakrishna asks why do I talk so much? Now, Sri Ramakrishna always keep on talking to the devotees, imparting his instructions, giving them teachings, and constantly his efforts are to somehow awaken that divinity which is lying so dormant in the worldly people. Make them realize who they truly are. Make them realize what is Brahman. Make them realize who is their ultimate beloved. So Sri Ramakrishna asks them, why do I talk so much? And then Sri M replies. He says, you talk in order to awaken the spiritual consciousness of the devotees. It is not that you just talk for nothing. It is not that you just talk to while away your time. You talk to awaken the dormant spirituality in the devotees, spiritual consciousness. You once said that when an uncooked luchi is dropped into boiling ghee, it makes a sizzling noise. So till the time people have not understood who they truly are, till the time these worldly people, they are not aware of their divine inheritance, there has to be someone who keeps on talking to them, who keeps on telling to them, who keeps on beating the drums for them that you are divine, you are divine. Wake up that spiritual consciousness in you. Wake up that Chetana in you. And Sri Ramakrishna then tells Sri M, do you know the nature of a good man? Now he is differentiating between the natures of a good man and a bad man, a good devotee and a person who is not a devotee. Do you know the nature of a good man? He never troubles others. That is the first sign of a good man in the dictionary of Sri Ramakrishna. The good man never troubles others. He doesn't harass people. The nature of some people is such that when they go to a feast, they want all the special seats. If there is a feast which is being given, there are some people who will vie to get the best seat so that they keep on getting the best of the items when they are being served. Now, that is kind of a selfishness. That is not good at all in the eyes of Sri Ramakrishna. The nature of some people is such that when they go to a feast, they want special seats. A man who has true devotion to God never makes a false step, never gives others trouble for nothing. He is in his own sweet, blissful mood, without troubling anybody, without harassing anybody, without creating any problems for anybody. It is not good to live in the company of bad people. That is Sri Ramakrishna's advice to the devotees. Don't live in the company of bad people. You see the bad people, just shun them. At the most, you can say, hi, hello, how are you? That's it. Don't mingle with them because they will spread their bad qualities to you. They will influence you with their bad tendencies, with their negative tendencies. So avoid being very friendly with such bad people. It is not good to live in the company of bad people. A man should stay away from them and just protect himself. Isn't that so? Sri Ramakrishna asks Sri M. Now M, of course, he has to say, he says, yes sir, the mind sinks down far down in the company of the wicked. But it is quite different with a hero, as you say. So Sri M, he is considering Sri Ramakrishna to be hero, who is beyond the company of these evil-minded people, these wretched people, or rather, who is trying to bring up these evil-minded people, these wretched people, these bad people to the level of good. Then Sri M had brought one of his friends with him that day to meet Sri Ramakrishna. This friend, Hari Babu, he had lost his wife long back and he was just now doing nothing particular as such. He was just spending his life doing nothing very significant. So Sri Ramakrishna now asks M about his friend Hari Babu. Then M replies that he has come here to pay you his respects. He lost his wife long ago. And Master Sri Ramakrishna casually, with curiosity, he asks him, what kind of work do you do? And Sri M says, nothing in particular. He's not doing any work in particular. He's not doing any service. He's not earning anything. He's not doing any job. He's just sitting idle at home. Nothing in particular. But at home, he takes good care of his parents and his brothers and sisters. He's not doing anything particular. He's not doing anything significant. Only thing he's doing is sitting at home. He's taking care of his parents. He's taking care of his brothers. He's taking care of his sisters. That's the only thing he's doing. He's not serving. He's not working. He's not earning. That is kind of the life this Hari Babu is leading. Now, Sri Ramakrishna is not happy with this kind of life at all. So what does this mean? He's not doing anything particular, anything significant. So let us just see what Sri Ramakrishna has to say on this particular type of living. And it is an instruction for all of us, in fact, that don't just sit idle, don't just lead your life doing nothing, just taking care of parents and brothers and sisters. That is not the goal of life. Ultimately, Sri Ramakrishna says, that is not a significant work that this person is doing. Now, what kind of work the person should do? For that, Sri Ramakrishna is now telling a story, telling about a person who normally spends his time in the household in the same manner. And now Sri Ramakrishna, with a smile, he starts talking. How is that? You are like Elder the pumpkin cutter. You are like Elder the pumpkin cutter. Now, there is a reason why Sri Ramakrishna quoted this Elder the pumpkin cutter. And now he's going to explain what does this Elder the pumpkin cutter means. Sri Ramakrishna says, you are neither a man of the world nor a devotee of God. Either you be 100% man of the world, or you be 100% devotee of God, or you be 50% man of the world, 50% devotee of God, or at least 90% man of the world, 10% devotee of God. Do something significant. Even if you are 1% devotee of God, you have started doing something significant. So Sri Ramakrishna says, you are neither a man of the world nor you are a devotee of God. What kind of life you are leading then? You are like elder the pumpkin cutter. Hmm? You must have seen the sort of elderly man who lives in a family and is always ready day and night to entertain the children. Traditionally, in the traditional families, when there were the joint families, there used to be some elderly person who practically could not do anything, didn't do anything but for entertaining the children. He would tell them stories and ha ha ha, he, all those things. He would share his time with children. He sits in the parlor, smokes his hubble bubble with nothing in particular to do. He leads a lazy life. The traditional households, there used to be old people like this, doing nothing particular. Now, in the old age, at least, people should have been chanting the name of the God. Even that, such old people, they don't do. They just while ever their time, sitting idle, just smoking hubble bubble, doing nothing in particular, nothing significant. With nothing in particular to do, he leads a lazy life. Now and again, he goes to the inner court and cuts a pumpkin. What? He's sitting there doing nothing. Suddenly, he goes inside to cut the pumpkin. Now, why he cuts the pumpkin? There is a reason behind it. Now and again, he goes to the inner court and cuts a pumpkin. For since women do not cut pumpkins, they sent children to ask him to come and do it. Now, those days, cutting a pumpkin was barred for women. Women were not supposed to cut the pumpkins. So whenever pumpkin had to be cut, they had to call some person, some man, to do the task of cutting the pumpkin. Now this fellow, as it is, he's sitting there doing nothing at all. So he will get a call from inside. The ladies will send their children, go and call that old man, we have to cut the pumpkin. So that is the only duty that this old man is sought after for doing it. Since women do not cut pumpkins, they send the children to ask him to come and do it. That is the extent of his usefulness. Hence his nickname, Elder the Pumpkin Cutter. Now these kind of old people who do nothing at all, their usefulness is only to cut the pumpkin, nothing else. They don't even chant the name of God. They don't even sing the glories of the God. They don't lead the devotional life at all. They just while away their time on this earth. That is the life of Elder the Pumpkin Cutter that Sri Ramakrishna has told us now. And then Sri Ramakrishna tells Hari Babu, you must do this as well as that. That is Sri Ramakrishna's very typical instruction to the householders. Do this as well as that. Lead a householder's life, but also devote your mind and heart to the lotus feet of the Lord. You must do this as well as that. Do your duties to the world and also fix your mind on the lotus feet of the Lord. Read books of devotion like the Bhagavata or the life of Chaitanya when you are alone and have nothing else to do. Don't while away your time. Just like that elder, the pumpkin cutter, don't waste your life. Don't waste your life in doing insignificant things. Don't waste your time in doing nothing particular. Do something particular. If you have free time, read the devotional books. Read Bhagavata. Read the life of Chaitanya. Read the lives of great saints. And at least try to imbibe some kind of devotion in your dry heart for that matter. Read books of devotion like the Bhagavata or the life of Chaitanya when you are alone and have nothing else to do. When you are sitting alone, there is nothing that you have, there is nothing that you are supposed to do. There is no work at hand, there is no specific thing to be done. So, what to do? Don't just sit idle doing nothing. Take a book, take a devotional book, take a spiritual book, and start developing the devotion for the lotus feet of the Lord by reading the lives of great saints, by reading the lives of great people. Definitely, that will ignite the spark of devotion in your barren and dry heart, which is right now of no use to anyone, not even for you. Forget about others. Even you are ruining your life, leading this life of elder, the pumpkin cutter. That is Sri Ramakrishna's teaching today, that don't lead this life of elder, the pumpkin cutter. Do something significant, do something positive, do something particular. Do this as well as that. Lead your worldly life, do your all your worldly duties. You tell the stories to the children, you cut the pumpkin also, but whenever there is a free time, don't while away by sitting idle, doing nothing in particular. Start reading books. And that is the great advice Sri Ramakrishna is imparting not only to Hari Babu, but all the devotees. How to develop that spark of devotion in our heart. Start reading the spiritual texts, scriptures like Bhagavata, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita. Start reading the lives of the great saints, Chaitanya and Kabir, Namdev. Start reading the lives of these great saints and develop that spark, ignite that spark of devotion in your dry and barren heart and mind. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishnaaya. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai